there anyone unable to read the certificate? Lifetime Contribution Award 2015. On behalf of the membership of the Country Dance and Song Society, the Executive Director and Governing Board are pleased to present this award to Bradley R. Foster. Let us list a few of his accomplishments. He speaks contra, square, English country, Morris, sword, and organizing. He has created an organization, Bay Area CDS, a Morris team, Berkeley Morris, a dance camp, Mendocino, several new programs for CDSS at Pinewoods, Timber Ridge, and Buffalo Gap, and for Amherst Early Music, the New London Assembly. He continues to teach all over the place, at festivals, workshops, weekends, and camps. His 28-year career as artistic and executive director of CDSS marked an increase in visibility, membership programs, campers, staff, and technology. For these qualities, and for his generosity in sharing his love of dance, music, and song with so many, we honor him today.
So here's how Brad made my job just a little bit harder this time around. He knows what we give all the Lifetime Contribution Award people. There's a tile, there's pint glasses, there's a certificate, and all the other swag that goes in the bag too. But with the help of Barbara this summer, and thank you to Marty Wagner who is here this evening, we are passing on a couple of paintings of two of his favorite places, Pinewoods and Ogons. So, surprise!
So now, you can all sit. This is going to take an hour. So, I'm blown away. It's just so great to be here, see all of you, hear the things you have to say about me. It's really wonderful. I'm very grateful for you coming here. From many of you from a distance, and I'm also grateful for the people who couldn't make it, who've been telling me for the last 6 months that I was going to have a great event, but they were sorry they couldn't make it. It just means so much to hear all that from you all. And I have a few words to say in my defense. One of them is, I've been involved in a lot of Lifetime Contribution Awards, and sometimes they have a sense of being thanks for your contribution, you're done now. And so I will say, as Mark Twain has often been quoted as saying, reports of my death are greatly exaggerated. And I'm not done. I have no intention to be done. This is just what I've done to date, and I'll keep doing more as time goes on. So I did CDSS. I was national director, turned into executive and artistic director for 28 years, and then it was time for a change. Sometimes people say, well, why? Well, what happened? And if you wanted to sit here for a year, I could tell you it's a complex story. But the short version is, it was time for a change. In many different ways. There's not one thing I can point to, one person, one event that made it happen. It just was time for all of us, for me to move on. And I say that mostly because of what came after that. I found after I left CDSS that, hey, I didn't carry all this stress with me into the dance hall. I had more fun as a caller, and I've been having a great time teaching since then. And that's very important to me. I love that. I feel like I gained back some of my patience and my sense of humor that people have remarked on. And that's very important to me. Another one is my family. I remember Violetta saying, talking about the times when I was working for CDSS, she said, "Daddy, I hardly saw you. You weren't home much. You were so busy." And I love being home. I love being with my family. So 2 very important things that have happened since then. And I'm having a great time doing all sorts of, I have my hand in many different things going on. There are a couple of board members from an organization I'm running now, the 1794 Meeting House. The building's about 15 minutes away. So thank you. So my take on my history, I thought there were sort of 3 things that I see going on that brought me here, and one of them was just blind luck. I kept finding myself in the right place to do something. Moving to Berkeley just when Tom was leaving. Moving to Santa Cruz just when the folk dance teacher took a sabbatical. Having a job in architecture right when a recession hit, which happened to coincide with CDSS needing somebody new. So, you know, all sorts of things like that happened. Running into the people I ran into at Pinewoods. I feel really grateful to Mary Judson, to Ellen's mom, because she taught me the joy of dance in a time when I felt everyone else taught, you know, the right way to do it. And I wanted to meld those 2. I also felt like I came into that, I should follow my notes. Another piece of it to me was the faith other people had in me over those years. I can remember before we started Mendocino, we had no real organization, we really had no money, and we got a few people together and said, "Hey, we have this great idea." And they said, "Wonderful." And we said, "Well, we need some money too." And they said, "Okay." And out of nothing, we created that camp. I asked a small group of people to back us if we needed it, and you know, we didn't. It worked, but we had no idea if it would work. The people who had faith in me to hire me to